So aside from sports and
Oh, say does.
Welcome everybody to and with Pre-game routines coming to an end. We're just about ready for it. Well, thanks, GA. And what's scary is Porzingis is only going to get better. That kind of fearlessness will help him in the long run. Well, both sides in this game have incredible talents in the front court. You get the feeling, Steve, that they'll be going back and forth all night long.
When you have versatile guys in the front court, they can take over the basketball game because no matter what, rebounding is a premium. And then you have these guys that can score, dribble, and pass. From the front court, if you have a talented big guy, he can impact the game, I think, even more than a guard.
Yeah, I agree. And the starting group for the Spurs, we've got Tatum. Zach LaVine is out there with Parker. And there's Porzingis, and it's Unseld in at the 4. And here is Parker after Jimmy Butler made that last three-pointer. Unseld, the pass to Porzingis. LaVine dishes to Parker. Misses the 3. On defense, 샌안토니오. Here's Hardaway. And it's Bogut atop the key. Outside Butler. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
If you're defending Jimmy Butler, you got to hit him harder than that.
There's the pick. Here's Unseld. Porzingis with a screen on Bogut. And Parker, here we go. And stolen by Butler. Hardaway with it. He's picked up by Parker. Hardaway kicks to Bogut, to the middle. Towns. Blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup.
And from day one, Towns has been one of the NBA's top post players. A versatile, well-rounded game on the low block. It doesn't hurt that he can step outside and knock down the jumper either.
Porzingis passes to Tatum. Spurs working the ball around now. Parker against Hardaway. Pass to Unseld. They need this. It's rebounded by Towns. Looking at the last game for the Timberwolves, it was a loss to the Golden State Warriors. Butler in the corner. Offline with his 3. For 샌안토니오, they've gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started.
Yes. The veteran eyes see all. Frenchie with the tremendous look to make that play happen.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. Excellent work by the talented people in our production truck as well. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Unseld can't get it to go.
That was against good defense. He tried to sneak it in, though. We've seen him do it plenty of times.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
So it's San Antonio now, following the three by Minnesota. Porzingis can't hit.
Boy, he loves that mid-range jumper. Just fails to create enough room to operate.
Here's Hardaway. Doesn't go that time. Nice D from Porzingis. Spurs trail by 6. Tatum passes to Unseld. There's the double team with Bogut. And that one's good. Parker.
Sneaking inside, converting the high percentage look. Something Parker does well.
And the Timberwolves, a team that is evolving how you imagine they would with Tibbs running things here. Deliberate approach on both ends of the floor and really looking to dominate the rebounding margins.
And it's Miles missing.
And that's the shot he wants. Just a little bit out of rhythm.
Veen passes to Unseld. A rebound by the Timberwolves.
Lacking confidence right now in his offense. He's been shaky all period.
Greg, in the areas you just talked about, rebounding and pace, the Timberwolves are very much where they want to be.
Yeah, the team just looks to make the most out of their possessions and try to beat you through efficiency. They have players that can get easy transition points when the opportunity presents itself, but in general, they aren't trying to speed the game up.
Hardaway dishes to Bogut. The shot by Butler, nobody around. And he's good on the 3-ball. Butler's got 8 points.
Having a good, efficient start to this game offensively. Let's see if he can keep it going.
Parker against Hardaway. Parker passes to Unseld. Back to Parker. Down low. 5 on the clock. It's stolen by Bogut. Outside Butler. And the wide open shot from Miles. Off target from 3-point range.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
In the corner. Tatum with it. No good on that one. And Minnesota will come the other way. This, of course, their first chance they've had to see the San Antonio Spurs.
Yeah, and these teams pretty familiar with one another. They'll face off 4 times this year.
These teams have played each other plenty of times over the years. All of these games should be exciting, tight-fisted affairs. He's been locked in all quarter, really finding his rhythm.
Hardaway with it. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. That shot wide open.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Spurs trail by 6. Parker kicks to Porzingis. Back to Parker. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Outside Hardaway. The pass to Miles. From outside, off the mark. Well, it was the San Antonio Spurs winning their last game against Houston. The feed to Tatum. Back to Levine. Passes it to Unseld.
Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
Whole new look on the floor for Minnesota. Minnesota leading by 4. Now Livingston. There's a screen. Feeds to Crawford. Off the screen. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Crawford's got his first 2 points.
Sean Livingston's court vision is amazing. Being able to hit the open guy right on stride.
Now here's Mills. Outside Hardaway. Anderson kicks to Mills. Out to Hardaway. In the corner, it's Ginobili. Back to Hardaway. Got a hand on it. Anderson against Green. Here's Crawford. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. And it's an 8-point Timberwolves lead.
That's Crawford's game. The number of ways in which he scores the ball is huge to this team.
Ball's knocked loose. 34 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
Ginobili dishes to Hardaway. And here's Crawford. Just 3 on the clock, and so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. That's on Chris Anderson.
Jamal Crawford, the former Michigan Wolverine, continues to thrive as a scorer.
First free throw is good. And he makes both free throws.
And this is what we've come to expect from him. This type of consistency from the line.
And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves with a 10-point lead, some breathing room heading into the break, and their three-point shooting has paved the way for them. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And the San Antonio Spurs have really popularized that
attack and find the open teammate.
There's a lot to be said for knowing, Greg, who you are and what your game plan is, and there may be no other team that gets that better than the San Antonio Spurs.
And Kevin, it helps to have that core of Manu and Tony there as the foundation and coaches on the floor for each new wave of players that have come through this Spurs organization.
Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. And let's quickly break down the game we're watching with the Timberwolves, guys.
I mean, a solid first quarter, especially looking at that plus turnover ratio.
Take care of the basketball, being disruptive on D. That combination has them out in front.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. So on the floor for Minnesota, Anunoby out there with Green, and there's Livingston, and it's Crawford, and it's Patton in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. There's the double team with Ginobili. Pass to Anunoby. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. Offensive rebound. Patton, the pass to Livingston. Over Hardaway. Here's Anunoby. Kicks to Livingston. Crawford outside. Just couldn't take the lid off. They had their chances, but came up empty.
And Tim Hardaway Jr., the son of a former all-star point guard. Jr. not maybe the same ball handler his father was, but he can sure fill it up. And I really feel like he's established his niche in the NBA. And a late reaction by the defense makes that one a no contest.
You know, he got out before people could turn their heads, and he's already gone with no hesitation.
It's Ginobili on the wing. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. And Hardaway Jr., a 6'6" shooting guard out of Michigan. Talk about his game a little bit for us, Greg. Analyze where he is.
Above average in terms of his athletic ability, improving defensively, and right now he's playing off the ball, whether spotting up or filling the lane. I think this guy's got a chance to be special. He's passionate, and boy, does he compete.
Livingston, that's good.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
And the whistle blows as the basket counts in a three-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Kyle Anderson, he's checked in for Chris Anderson. And Steve, free throws, not the most exciting aspect of the game, certainly, but they're a great way to put points on the board. Talk about the mentality for a score. You know, getting to the line and making that part of his game.
Hey, Kevin, if you're a scorer, you got to be able to knock down free throws, especially those games you're not shooting a high percentage from the field. But if you can get to the line 6 times, 7 times on your own, and you're shooting 85 to 90%, that gives you 5 or 6 points. And then you have a couple technical fouls, and you can put another 2 points on there. You're talking about a guy as a scorer that are 9, we call it free points. Now you need a couple threes and a couple one-on-one moves. You're at 20, and everything else after that is gravy.
Crawford, no one around him. Outside, Green. He kicks to Livingston. Pass to Anunoby. The second chance effort. Laverne grabs the miss.
Fantastic rim protection. That's not in his wheelhouse to overcome.
Out left to the wing. And Mills kicks to Laverne. Mills dishes to Laverne. Back to Mills. Shot clock at 6. And it's Laverne missing.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Over in the corner, Livingston. Right block shot. And that one, good. Livingston's got 5 points in the quarter.
Taking a workmanlike approach inside. That's the shot you want.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Well, Kevin, the Spurs have never been the flashy team in the NBA. Tony Parker said beautiful basketball is playing the right way. Ball movement, pure, beautiful basketball is the way we've played. You have all sorts of fans, and there should be something for everybody. Kevin, he told me a long time ago, if we were in New York, people would love us.
And during Popovich's time in San Antonio, the Spurs have always played together, D.A. Got to respect their team-first approach to the game.
Crawford often content to pull up. That time, he took it all the way.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game.
It's hard to disagree with the timeout here, as the team badly needs to regain focus. They're out of sync offensively, way too many turnovers, and looking frustrated. They need to get back to their pace, their brand of basketball.
Porzingis, he's checked in for San Antonio. Spurs trail by 13. Levine kicks to Porzingis. To the right side. To the paint. That one doesn't go. Nice D from Bogut. Hardaway against Parker. 13 feet away. Bogut kicks to Towns. In the corner, Miles with it. Good, and the assist goes to Towns. Miles has got his second bucket tonight.
And it seems as if someone got their signals crossed. If he can wind up that open from three-point range, I'm sure that was not a part of the game plan.
And now the Timberwolves on the break. Shots good by Butler.
He's a terror in the open court. Butler can beat you with power or finesse. It doesn't matter. When you think about a great system and great execution, you think of the San Antonio Spurs. Not the most athletic team. You won't see a bunch of dunks or fast break points. If you love the game, you have to admire how they get things done.
Trying to find Towns. Gets it to him. Over Unseld. Towns, no luck.
He likes to work that in-between area, upset with himself that he couldn't connect.
Good on the baseline, Jay.
Whether it's scoring, passing, or just acting as a decoy, his value to this team cannot be understated.
Outside Hardaway. Dishes to Bogut. And it's Towns penetrating. And the dunk by Towns.
Bogut is a total team player, just sensational at getting his guys open looks at the bucket.
Here's Parker. Another miss by Parker. Timberwolves leading by 18. Outside Hardaway. Butler against Levine. Shot on the wing. And no good that time. So the Spurs will take it the other way. He feeds it to Tatum. The pass to Unseld.
Okay.
Oh, here he comes, and there he goes.
Look at him punish that rim. And he's got his first chance at the line here. We all know just how physically strong NBA players are, Steve, but they have to be mentally tough as well. How about in that category? Who has the best mental toughness, guys you've observed?
I look at a guy that loves the big moment right now. On top of the list, it has to be a Kyrie Irving, LeBron James, the great ones. Russell Westbrook, I mean, his focus, and James Harden, those are the guys that stick out for me, that just come in and night out. Al Horford, mental toughness. You love those guys because their mental toughness match their skill set. They usually have great results.
Hardaway against Parker. Out of bounds, Minnesota takes possession. And we'll examine here how the distribution has been between three-pointers and two-pointers tonight for San Antonio.
And really, the long ball hadn't been a big factor for him. Not a lot of attempts, not a lot of makes either. Nothing wrong, though, with probing inside on days when the shots aren't falling. Yeah, that was the third straight high-percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Pass to Unseld. Back to Parker. Pass to Porzingis. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. Timberwolves leading by 17. Here's Hardaway. So the Timberwolves call their first timeout.
Yeah, I mean, just wants to make sure everybody's on the same page here going forward.
You know, sometimes the best way to approach it, let your guys know what they're doing well and give them one or two things that they could have done better.
15 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Right wing, Towns, wide open. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
And each bucket at this point feels like a backbreaker.
Showing no mercy, double-digit lead, and still putting it on them.
And so it's... All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show, presented by
Ernie Johnson
Nike.
here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time. What a start for Jimmy Butler. He had 12 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 steal. And, Kenny, what did you see out there from the Timberwolves?
That was the half of the super sub for them. A lot of offense.
And it's just about time now for the third.
We come back to Minnesota now with a striking look at the 10th F. Minnesota's gotten the three-point bug tonight. They've taken 15 shots outside the arc. 6 of 15. On the court right now for the Spurs. They've got Porzingis. Parker out there with Zach LaVine. Then it's Tatum, and it's Unseld in at the 4 spot.
And guys, how fun is it watching this fella just go to work?
Greg, it's not every point guard who can climb the ladder like he can.
Not at all.
You might look at him and think he can't get up, but he finds a way to consistently surprise the D by rising way above them time after time.
Jones checked in for Hardaway. Now the dish to Towns. The rebound by the Spurs. Laverne's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Mills in the corner for 3. Minnesota with the rebound. Bogut's got 5 rebounds tonight. Towns, the pass to Butler. Towns kicks to Butler. Back to Towns. Over Anderson. Another miss by Towns. A challenging stretch for San Antonio here. Hardaway kicks to Anderson. Fast break. Here we go. Here's Butler. And there's the big-time jam as he slams it right over Anderson.
Put this guy in the dunk contest. Jimmy Butler is ready to win it all.
That was a terrific replay brought to you by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. And Greg Popovich, also the head coach of the U.S. national men's basketball team, a former military man himself, and of course, guys, very passionate about his country.
You're totally right, Kevin. He's been outspoken, but his actions speak even louder. Doing a lot of charity work in San Antonio for disadvantaged youth. He cares, his players know it, and it's a part of what makes him a great man.
Out to the wing. Here's Towns. Off target from outside. The Spurs have gotten just one of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the locker room at the break. Mills dishes to Anderson. Ginobili against Butler. Shot clock at 6. Fouled in the act of shooting. A 3-point play chance coming up.
One of the smallest men on the floor, Mills using his quickness against good interior defense.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Hardaway's checked in. And the Spurs, Greg, one of the best defensive teams in the league for 2 seasons running.
And it's really all about execution. They seem to just move in concert and stay connected. No silly fouls. And with their length, nothing easy inside.
Towns kicks to Hardaway. They grab their own miss. Goes back up. And it comes off the front of the rim.
He got a good look from the mid-range area. He needs to shoot this one with more confidence.
Now here's Mills, guarded by Hardaway.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively.
And Patrick Mills gets that whistle that time. That's his first foul. Doug McDermott, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Launches it. Good, and the assist goes to Towns. Towns has got 4 assists now tonight.
Now, Doug McDermott is best known for that. A sharp shooting big from the outside.
And Laverne kicks to Hardaway. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. And there's the feed to Towns. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. And Smitty, you retired back in what, 2005? Do you still get a chance to play pickup from time to time?
You know, we play pickup, Kevin. Yes, in 2005, I retired. Some guys I get a chance to play with in Atlanta, Dale Davis, Antonio Davis, Charles Oakley, Tony Dell. So we have a great group. Other than that, we're real old and have gray hair. But now it's got uglier and uglier. We play about 1 or 2 games, and we let our kids pick up the rest.
Smitty, I can see maybe speed and quickness going because of age, but I bet the shot is always still pretty much there, correct?
The shot is still there, and the fouling is going up to another level.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Spurs' Greg Popovich talked about developing players. He said, our method is usually tough love. I don't think coddling works, and beating them to death mentally doesn't work either. You give them a clear picture of what's demanded, show care, understand what makes them tick. If that doesn't get through, you get rid of them. Kevin?
And the military background of Popovich plays a part in this way of thinking, David. It's why the Spurs have been so successful for so many years.
Doug McDermott is a very good catch-and-shoot basketball player.
Parker passes to Unseld. Towns with the steal. Here we go, one-on-one. And the dunk by Towns.
And it's been about that execution offensively. I mean, they have been superb.
That's what's extending this lead. The right plays, right time, and good finishing.
There's the double team with Bogut. It's stolen by Bogut. Stolen by Levine. Pass to Unseld. Looking to end the run. Foul on the play. Basket counts, so it'll be a 3-point play chance.
And Tatum is all about doing what's best for the team. Superb as a ball mover in terms of finding his teammates.
Timberwolves have gone just a bit under 50% from the field since halftime. 5 out of 11. Butler in the corner. Back to Hardaway. To the left side wing. McDermott dishes to Bogut. Here's Hardaway. Banked in off the glass. Hardaway has got 6.
It's fine to extend your defense to try and create turnovers, but guys have to help each other.
That's been a problem for them all game. Teamwork is something you just can't turn on and off.
And there's the call on Karl Anthony Towns. That's foul number 2 for him. Now the pass to Unseld. Back to Parker from downtown. Rebounded by Bogut. Bogut's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Hardaway kicks to Towns. It falls through, making him 6 for 11 in the game.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Unzel, the pass to Levine. Here's Unzel. He's got 10. Shot clock at 5. Porzingis can't hit. Minnesota's gone 2 of 5 with the three-point shot since coming out of the break.
And watching Porzingis play, you forget how tall he really is in terms of how he moves. Not only how quick he is, but also that skill set. Incredible that a player his size won the skills competition in last year's All-Star festivities.
Tatum kicks to Levine. Parker outside. Puts up a 3. That's good, and it's Levine with the assist. And that's now 11 points for Tony Parker.
That's nice patience by Zach LaVine, finding the open man, not trying to do it all himself.
Hardaway, McDermott for 3. And so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here. And here is the shot chart as we see how things are going for Butler.
And this is a grown man shot chart right here. Not too much going on outside, but look at how things are for them in the paint. They are attacking the rim and not settling for the jump shot. And right now, it's paying off in bunches. If I'm them, then I'd continue to do the same thing going forward until an adjustment is made.
Down low, Towns with the steal. Hardaway against Parker. Hardaway dishes to Towns. Fouled in the act of shooting. A three-point play chance coming up. And that is what fools a lot of NBA fans about Porzingis. Most of the highlights, Greg, you see are his blocks and putback dunks. But if you watch his game, you see that skill level.
It's rare to see a player who's the complete package like Porzingis. I mean, he's fluid. He's got the easy-looking shot. It almost looks like he's a guard shooting the basketball, comfortable creating for himself or playing off others.
So San Antonio goes with a fresh 5 on the floor. And that one misses.
And for a player with his size, Towns has always been very comfortable at the free throw line. And that's a good thing because he finds himself there quite a bit.
Here's the screen. Hardaway passes to Anderson and finished off by Anderson.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Here's Hardaway. That's all good, and that's his 5th basket of the game. He's shooting 5 for 11 now.
Now we can say it. He's a completely different shooter this half. Much more confidence, much more success.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Back to Mills. There's the triple. Offensive rebound. Out to Hardaway. He dishes it to Ginobili. And it's off from three-point range. It'll count. And no good trying to get that one. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. Timberwolves ahead, running away with it. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. A chance now to hear Greg Popovich talking to his team just moments ago.
Nobody holds the ball, not even.
And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. We'll get out there with Towns. Then there's Jimmy Butler. Then there's Hardaway. And it's McDermott in at the 3 spot. So that's the Timberwolves 5. The Timberwolves shooting at 50% in a decent groove. Hardaway kicks to Bogut. Feeds it to Butler. Traps in the tray. Butler's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for Minnesota.
Pretty good with the ball in his hands off the dribble, but now you're seeing the other facet of his game, the catch and shoot jump shot.
Hardaway, no good. Now the Timberwolves with it. To the wing right side. McDermott kicks to Butler. Tried to bank it in, but he misses.
Well, if you're the coach, you're frustrated right now. That's exactly the look you're trying to get on offense.
And here's Mills for three. Again, the miss by the Spurs.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down, try to get some easy ones.
Offensive rebound. Kicks to Towns. Dishes it to Hardaway. And then Hardaway with the dunk.
Kidding me. I mean, that's a point guard playing like a power forward.
And he can do a little bit of everything out there.
He is not scared of anybody. He knows he can play amongst the big boys, and he showed it.
Here's Ginobili. Here's Laverne, and it's sent back by Bogut.
Really remarkable work by Bogut to send the shot back. Such a tremendous defender who really never rests on that end of the floor.
It's good from long range.
Another triple, and that's been the story of this second half.
Coming out of the break, they've relied on their perimeter offense to generate points. Right now, it's working.
And here's Mills for three. The three-pointer is right on target.
Sometimes it's all about patience. His first three of the game, something to build on.
Passes it to Towns. There's the triple. Good, and the assist goes to Hardaway. Hardaway has got his 8th assist here tonight.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
Right side Hardaway. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And Smitty, they say players are made in the summer, the off season, when they can really work on things on their game. Especially these days, players will hire top-level trainers and coaches for individual work during the off season.
You know, Kevin, I love it. The guys are putting in those emphasis on their bodies with trainers and coaches. But I know sometimes I've heard stories where the teams want you to work on this, maybe say your mid-range games, but then guys have these coaches are just working on their threes. Timeout. So I think guys got to be careful just hiring anybody. You want to work on your game, but I think also it has to be a balance what the team wants and what you want.
Steve, I've heard that too, and I think teams they like the work in the offseason, but it's got to be directed the right way.
Yes.
And if you're a part of a team in a long-term project, I think you've got to take the direction and follow the compass that your team has given you.
Yeah, I think so, and I think a lot of times teams are getting upset because now you're seeing these individual coaches and trainers starting to come on NBA time, work out on NBA time, and I think that's when it started to become somewhat of a problem.
Right wing from deep. McDermott can't get it to go. San Antonio's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. And the dunk by Porzingis.
You've got to love his aggressiveness to finish inside.
Well, his leaping ability gives him a great advantage. Out left to the wing. Livingston kicks to Crawford. Pass to Anunoby. From deep. The rebound by the Spurs. Here's Unseld. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Parker's shot is off. The Timberwolves have gone 4 of 8 in this 4th quarter, shooting an even 50% from the field. Took him no time at all on that one. 10 points for Crawford.
Sharing the basketball. Plenty of guys talk about it, but not everyone does it.
Now here's Parker. He's guarded closely. Nice shot by Porzingis.
A nice job of converting, but what really makes this play, the league pass.
On the wing, Jamal Crawford. Well, in the last half-decade or so, the NBA, Steve, has realized the true value of the corner 3, and now offenses all over the league are designed to take advantage of it. Part of that is because it's just closer to the rim than any other three-pointer.
Yeah, you're right, and you should. I mean, when you have a three-point arc, yes, the corner threes are going to be shorter, and it's harder from a guy to shoot it from straight on. But when you have a guy that can shoot it straight on, you can see the dynamics of a team defensively. It's hard to cover. But I don't think the NBA should widen the court because of the value of the corner 3. That's a part of the game.
Should the lane be widened? Should we talk about the court and making all the threes the same length? What about the lane?
Well, I think you can widen the lane if you change the defensive rules, because right now you're allowed to play zone. If you went back to man-to-man, yes, I think you should widen it. But when teams are allowed to play zone, I think the value of keeping it the same helps the defense a little bit more.
He's looking for Livingston and finds him. Plenty of room to knock down the shot.
Everybody talks about the three ball, but Sean Livingston understands his game. The mid-range game, he's a master at it.
Parker passes to Porzingis. It's deflected. Livingston with it. In the corner, it's McDermott. Pass to Patton. Puts up a three. And the shot will not go from Anunoby.
Coming down the stretch here, holding the lead. You like him to be more efficient offensively.
The dish now to Levine. Now McDermott. Lays it up and banks it in. McDermott's got 14 points now in the second half.
Let's not forget, at 6'8", Doug McDermott has the ability to be a scoring threat inside the paint.
Screen by Porzingis. Parker dishes to Levine. Another steal. Here's Porzingis. Good for another field goal. Number 5 in the night. 5 for 10 shooting.
And that's not nearly the kind of defense that's going to prevent a player of his ability from scoring.
Hardaway with the steal. In transition, here come the Spurs. And then Hardaway with the dunk.
Ooh, quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and offensively.
Terrific defensive instincts to come away with that one, and he showed no hesitation in how he completed that transition opportunity.
And every set they're running looks like it's designed to produce a triple.
Interesting approach coming down the stretch. Looking to rack up points and chunks.
So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. Well, every so often a team will have a home game and see their stadium flooded with fans for the away team. Happens when a especially good, popular team is playing a team kind of in a bad part of their schedule, or maybe just in a bad part of their development. Smitty, do players notice when this happens, and does it bother them at all?
Yeah, players notice it. It does bother you. It happened to me when in the Chicago Bulls era. You'll hear people cheering more for Michael Jordan than their own players. It's because people love to see winners. People have their favorite players, and a lot of people right now look at it as they want to come see their favorite player. As a player, you just got to go out, beat Michael Jordan, go out and win, and usually the fans will turn into your favor.
Back to Parker. Good for basket number 6 from him in the contest. He's shooting 6 for 12.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Timberwolves.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And against a conference opponent, always good to take that first win of the season series to establish a psychological edge.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Karl Anthony Towns.
How about the rhythm he got into tonight? Unstoppable at the offensive end. And the coach was smart. He kept calling his number.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. In the corner, it's Levine. Doubled by Crawford. Levine kicks to Parker. Clock at 6. San Antonio needs to get off a shot here. Fires the 3. That's tipped. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Now here's Crawford. Tries a 3. That one doesn't go. And so it's the Timberwolves taking care of business here. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense. Potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. That concludes the first game of the NBA season. For Greg Anthony.